you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Libby if you're new here. Excuse me. I swear he does this in every single video. He just knows when I am by a camera. I will be traveling and whatnot for the next 3 weeks at the end of this week, just all around to different places. And I know that school is not going to be my priority, but I want it to be today because I'm not trying to fall behind in my classes. That's never a good time, and I just want to be realistic and show you guys what it's like, because when you are in online school, you don't have to look presentable. As you can see, I literally just woke up. I'm about to hop in the shower, but yeah. Welcome to this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I feel so much better, so much more fresh, and now I'm ready to sit down and actually do some schoolwork. I was gonna do my hair today, but I decided since I'm off work and I'm just kind of hanging out around the house getting things done that I should just do a hair mask, because if you guys have seen my recent video on my curls, I did get my hair colored, and it's very important to do hair masks and kind of to restore the nutrients that your hair was stripped of. So I just put it in 2 little French braids. Actually, no. I just put in 2 braids. I didn't even do a French braid. I am going to sit down and actually talk to you guys about some of the pros and cons of doing online school, things I've learned, things I wish I would have done differently. But essentially, I'm still proud and thankful that I'm doing online school. It's just the best route for me personally. And I also want to answer some of your guys' questions I asked on Instagram. So I will be answering those as well to give you more of an idea of what it's like to be doing online school. So I figured as I'm kind of going through some of my schoolwork, I could just kind of explain to you guys what I do in terms of actually getting things done, having a schedule, and knowing what I need to do. Here is where I do a lot of my homework. I'll either sit on the couch or I'll sit in my papasan. It's just cozy for me. I know a lot of people will go to like coffee shops, but for me, I don't have to go to a different place physically to be able to do my work. I just like to be comfortable in like my own area. So that's why it was important for me to kind of clean up my living room so I could be out here and actually get done what I needed to do. Other than that, I always have candles burning. I know I've said that a million times. I have this one right now going. My favorite scent is Storm by Sensational. I get it from TJ Maxx. This is what it looks like, but they come in so many different like containers. I have one that looks like this, and then this one is also Storm, and I have this version, but it looks like this container. The thing about all these candles that you see up here, they're actually empty. The one that I'm burning right now is Tangerine Guava, Coconut, and Beeswax blend. And this one is also by Sensational. I just love their candles. They just smell so good. I want to show you guys how I kind of structure my curriculum and know what I have to do, what is due, what days, and what things I need to focus on. I have a lot of questions asking, how do I stay committed to completing your courses when you don't have to show up? Time management and blocking to get stuff done. How do you do it? How do I stay focused and motivated? I work remotely now and it's a struggle. Having your own schedule is difficult. The way that I do it, I think that I thrive with organization, and I'm a very visual learner. So what I use is a planner. So this is my plum paper planner. Ajazi actually got this for me for my adoption day. It has my name on the front, and I picked out this cover and everything, and it is a daily, weekly planner, so you can see absolutely everything. So I'll just give you an example. It's kind of like a mixture of a bullet journal and a planner is what I do, but I have every single thing that I need to know, what I need to do written down, from when bills are due to when homework assignments are due, what I need to do with my homework assignments, what classes I need to focus on, to what calls I might have for work, what emails I need to reply to. Absolutely everything is written down in my planner because I'm so visual. If I don't see it here, I will automatically forget it because I just have so much in my brain, so much going on, and so much to balance. So I definitely would recommend getting yourself an agenda or a planner. It has completely changed my organization, and it's helped me to definitely be able to know what things I need to focus on and where my priorities are. If you are somebody that will use a planner and you won't let it go to waste, absolutely I recommend getting one. December, this was my January. January 1st is where I started journaling here. So you can see that I had January 1st, my goals for this week. I just continued to journal. every single day. It's so nice to be able to look back and see where I was at mentally. The thing that I found to be very helpful for me when I was kind of deciding what I needed to do and what assignments were going to be due throughout this term and semester was going to my class syllabus and writing down the scheduled date of assignments, because then I can actually put it in my planner and know what's due. This here is just a notebook, and I know a lot of people like to type their notes, but a lot of my school is lectures and you take notes on those and then you get quizzed on them and you do discussion boards and you read like from the textbook, that kind of thing. I write down absolutely everything, and you'll see that because I'm such a visual person, I thrive when I write things down. No matter how pointless it may seem to just write down your notes, it's so helpful to be able to look back on, because you learn better when you're actually writing down your notes rather than like just listening to them, trying to retain the information. When you write down the letters and the words and you actually understand and comprehend what those words mean and what it's saying to you. And a lot of my stuff is actually like open note, open book type thing, so I'm able to reference all of these. It just helps me a lot more to actually write things down, know what I'm talking about, and then to apply it to either my quiz, my discussion board, or the paper that I'm writing. Do I feel like I got the same education from doing online compared to in class? Yes, I do think I got the same, if not better, education by doing my school online. Another question that I got was, do I feel like I'm missing out on anything by doing strictly online classes? I think that with my lifestyle, it's very different than your normal college student, because of the fact that with my social media and my platform, I'm able to travel, I'm able to have new opportunities with different brands and businesses that you wouldn't necessarily get if you were just going to school on campus, which I know there's a lot of like YouTubers and Instagrammers that are on campus students that also are able to do what they need to. But I think that doing online school has opened up so many opportunities for me to travel and to experience things at a young age that I probably wouldn't have experienced, because I would have to take time off for school and then I would be behind in the curriculum. So I don't think that it's limited me or made me feel like I'm missing out on anything. I feel like I've experienced more things due to doing online school, especially with my lifestyle. Sir, I love you. How do you pay attention without being distracted and chilling on your phone? I'm the queen of procrastination, and I'm also the queen of working under pressure. So sometimes I have been guilty of waiting until the last minute to do an assignment. One, because just life gets in the way and sometimes your priorities are kind of messed up, and other times I literally just like forget that I have an assignment to, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is due, I have to do it. For some reason I'm always able to pull it together. I don't know if that's luck or what it is, but I think that the way to combat that and to make sure that you have your stuff done ahead of time is to distance yourself from your phone, either turn it off or put it away, and give yourself time to just focus on your assignment, get it done, and then you can continue with whatever you want to. I promise everything on your phone is going to still be there, even when you put it down for 20-25 minutes to finish an assignment or finish a lecture. For me, I know how badly I want to graduate from college and be done with it. Like, I'm so over school at this point. I know I can't be the only one. Like, I'm so over school, but I know that I want to do this for myself. One, because these student loans are not going to pay themselves and they better be worth something, and I'm too far in. And two, because I'm going to be a first generation college student that's graduated, and I want that for myself. And you know, sitting on your phone for an extra 30 minutes until 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night, it's probably not going to be constructive to your success. So I think just having the willpower and knowing what your goals are will also help you to just sit back, relax, get your priorities done, and then go back to whatever it is that you wanted to do on your phone. What is the cost difference of going to school on campus versus online? So I believe that it's a little bit cheaper to go to school online, just because you're not paying for on-campus fees. You are paying different fees in different ways. Another thing to kind of think about is if you are commuting to your college campus, or if you would rather not commute at all and do online school, it's a lot of trade-offs. So if you are commuting, then you're spending extra money on gas, you're spending your own time, you're probably losing a little bit more sleep because you are commuting to campus and then you spend hours there each day and you go right back. Or if you're doing online school, yeah, you have the freedom to do whatever you want and you don't have to commute, but you also have to have the willpower to sit down for hours a day and to complete your assignments and to be somebody that can self-teach and to learn on their own based on pretty vague instructions or lectures that are coming from an online or virtual classroom, such as like Canvas, or from lectures or YouTube videos, because the way that our school systems are evolving now is we're using the criteria that are already available. Like for one of my classes right now, I don't have a textbook. My teacher sends links to YouTube videos sometimes and just record lectures themselves that we watch. So there's a variety of different things that affect all of us and our lifestyles differently. So I just want to talk about some of the things that I have noticed that I found to be positive or negative with being an online college student. First, we're going to start with the pros. I have a list here that I made. You get to set your own schedule. It's ideal for me as somebody that is working with social media that I'm able to set my schedule with school, and I'm able to kind of set aside time to work on my school, but also focus on my career and what I want to be aside from just being a student. With my degree of communications, it can kind of take me anywhere, especially with social media being such a huge entity of its own right now. I feel like I'm kind of lined up to do almost anything that I want to do. Since I've been on the front side of social media, kind of being the influencer, I would also like to see what it's like to be on the back end of it, where you're scouting out influencers and you're marketing, that kind of thing. Another pro is saving time on travel. I kind of talked about this previously, but you are saving so much time by being in the comfort of your home or just going to like the neighborhood coffee shop to complete your assignments. You're not commuting miles and miles a day and spending hours in a car. You're actually able to set your own schedule and kind of definitively say, okay, I'm going to sit down and do my homework now, rather than you're in the car for hours or you're on a bus or something like that. And the location flexibility, like I said, this helps me to have an opportunity to travel more often. So even when I'm like working or I'm on a business trip, something like that, I'm able to whip out my computer, turn in an assignment, and then I'm done. I don't have to be on campus taking notes. If you are somebody that is able to be self-taught and you can kind of sit down and do your own assignments on your own and learn on your own, and if you enjoy learning, self-direction is a huge thing. You get to take your studies in a path or in a way that you kind of want. You can do outside research with just the topics that you learn about, and I think that with online school now, things are becoming a lot more interesting in the way that we see social media tying into the real world, because for a long time I think people kind of saw social media as this fantasy land where people are like, oh, I work in social media, I have a job as an influencer, but now it's more of a practical job. People are really making a salary off of being a social media influencer, and I think that it's gaining a lot more respect to be somebody that is both an influencer or has a platform online, and they're somebody that is reputable and can work for a company because they have a college degree. Not to say that you can't work for a company without a college degree, because look at Gary Vee, like this man has done it all. But I think that the stigma behind having a college degree from an online school and also being somebody that can work at a corporate job, it's being minimized now. Another pro about online school that I really like is that it seems that online school has become more progressive, and we're able to understand the use of technology a lot more. We use YouTube videos, webcam meetings. I've talked to my instructors before multiple times. Instead of having office hours, the office hours are actually online, and you schedule a video call with your instructor. And it's crazy that that's kind of like social media showing itself in school and education in a different way. And then having a virtual classroom is a big thing as well. So with Canvas and Blackboard, it's easy to communicate with your instructor via email, and then sometimes you can just set up calls with them. It goes by a lot smoother, and I think that it's a lot more personal, or it's not necessarily more personal, but you do get that feel of having a personal connection with your instructor, because you are setting up one-on-one time. Regardless of it not being in person, you're still kind of communicating and breaking down those barriers. Now let's talk about the cons, or the not so great things about online school that I have found. The first thing being limited communication with people and your instructor especially. You can communicate with your instructor, but it also depends on who the instructor is, what their schedule is like, and how dedicated they are to their students, because there are times when I've had an instructor that literally did not answer my emails for weeks, and then they expected me to know exactly what was going on. Having limited communication, it can suck a lot of the time because you are counting on somebody else to respond to you when you could, if you were in person and on campus, just walk to them and ask them an easy question. But with online school, it kind of depends on how people's schedules are set up. It's not necessarily always guaranteed that you will get the response that you're looking for, the help that you're looking for, and it's also not guaranteed that you'll get it in the time frame that you're hoping. Another con that I can think about is the technology requirements. So it's definitely something that you have to think about prior to starting online school. I think a lot of people do have laptops at this point, so it's not too difficult to have that one requirement, but also textbooks. Whether you're on campus or not, textbooks are so annoyingly expensive, and sometimes you don't even need the textbook. Other times you don't even need the textbook when you buy it, and then there are some times when you don't get the textbook and you literally need it so bad. Next is a lack of environment, and there's less to get involved in. So when you're on campus, you're able to kind of get involved in different clubs and groups, and you're able to meet friends. But when you're doing online school, literally, like, what do you use, Bumble BFF, to find friends? There is a lack of environment because you're distanced from everybody else, and there's not an easy way to kind of just get involved. Another common misconception, I would say, is that people think that online school is easier. And while I do think it's easier to navigate and actually get your coursework done, I don't think that online school is much easier than going to school on campus. You still have presentations that are due. You still have to complete the same criteria to get your degree and to graduate with all of your credits. You also have to be engaged with the curriculum. There's a lot of classes that require you to really read the textbook to understand the information, because it's not like everything just found on Google. You know, you actually have to apply yourself to the curriculum. One thing that I do want to mention that kind of can be a con is transfer credit. So if you are transferring from an out-of-state school and you're going to a different state, or if you're in state going to a different state, or you're coming into a new state, anything like that, transfer credits are literally so annoying. There's so many people that transfer for athletics as well as academics, and sometimes those credits can be lost in translation. You have to be aware of that and definitely get in contact with an academic advisor, because they can kind of communicate with whatever school you're coming from or going to know what classes are going to translate and how many transfer credits you will have. Because for me personally, since I transferred to a D1 university from a community college, I had taken the same classes, but they actually weren't worth the same credentials, or they barely missed the same requirements, where the exact same curriculum wasn't taught, just barely different. So I had to retake certain classes at my university. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that it was informative and helpful for you guys who are curious about being an online college student and how it is. I spend a lot of time at home, so I make sure that my environment is enjoyable. But if you have any other questions, make sure you shoot them my way. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Libby Christensen. You guys can keep up with me there. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be coming out with more content for you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.